find once you've started your loose leash walking, which you'll learn a bit further on in your training, you're still sort of struggling, or maybe you've got a really big, strong dog, and so even with the communication on the slip lead, it's just not enough, or your dog just physically has too much power and strength for you to hold. That is where I'm going to put that dog onto either the Black Dog Haltermate head collar, that one specifically, or I can turn my slip lead into a similar styled head collar that's going to give me the same communication, but it's just going to give me a lot more control. And it's also, when my dog does try to pull or lunge, they're not going to have as much power and strength when the pressure on them is coming through that head and muzzle area. So that's where, if you do have that bigger, stronger dog and you're struggling with them around the neck, then I would recommend that you go for the head collar, or if you've already got a slip lead, turning the slip lead into a head collar. So to do that, you're going to need to make sure that your stopper is released far enough, because we're going to want to start with a fairly big loop that we're going to put over our dog's head. Then underneath their chin, we're going to twist that into a figure 8 and then slip that over the dog's nose. So it'll look like a figure 8 underneath your dog's chin there. So we are going to open that up. Now when you slip it over your dog's head, have your stopper and your ring up the top. So it comes over like so, and you'll notice I've got my ring and my stopper up the top. Underneath here, we're just going to flip that into a figure 8, slide that over the nose, and then up here, we're going to bring the neck bit tight and high up, and still we're going to slide that stopper down so that you've just got that little bit of lead between the ring and the stopper, so that you've got your pressure and your release. So over the dog's head, twisting underneath, over the dog's nose, and making sure that around the neck it's high behind the ears, and sliding that stopper down so you've just got that, about that much. There. Good girl. And then to take it off like so. Now, if I was walking her on my left, you can see here that the ring, well, you might not be able to see, but the ring is sort of over to the right side once I fit it behind the neck. So you may want to just wriggle that around so that, you turn your head that way, let's just, here we go, so that your ring is a little bit more at the side there. Okay, now when we do use the slip lead as a figure 8, there is always the risk that when you're not paying attention to your dog, they may slip that bit off their nose, which means now they've got quite a loose collar here that they could walk back out of. So to be extra safe, that's where we can actually just connect a little connector between that ring that attaches then to our dog's collar, so that if it does slip off, you're going to still be attached to your dog. Your dog's not going to be able to run away.